Hey, directors. I hope it's not too early for people to hop on. If it is, you can definitely watch this live. I mean, maybe it's too early for me to be talking. You can definitely watch this later. When you do hop on, whether you're live or on the replay, make sure you tell me you're here, because I need to know that, me spending this time with y'all is worth it. Because I love to share every bit of information with y'all that I can, and everything that I learned, things that I learned along the way in my business, things that didn't work, things that I changed that do work, because it's not fair to y'all for me to hoard that information. If I have something valuable, I need to be sharing it with y'all. But I want to, I just want to make sure that that's being seen and that y'all are getting value from these things and that y'all are learning. So if you're on the replay, say replay, and make sure, like I said, whether you're live or on the replay, make sure that you comment and tell me what you learned from this and how you're going to implement that into your business. Also, don't forget about our director chat Monday the 2nd at 8 p.m. Central. Make sure you bring all of your takeaways from World Tour, because that's what we're going to talk about. And we're just going to, because we all have different locations, which means we all have different speakers on each subject. And so we'll have a lot to bring to the table that we can talk about and brainstorm and all of that stuff, how we can use that to improve our own businesses, help our teams, and that kind of thing. So make sure you come to that. I wanted to do that fresh after World Tour, because we're all going to be, so excited, and the incentive starts March 1st also, so we're all going to be, it's going to be a really good time to have that chat. Hunter, come here. Okay, so I listened to a podcast that, and I shared it in here the other day, and I think probably only one of you have watched it. It is all about teaching versus coaching, and I knew these things. I have been coaching for, I guess, a year and a half now, since I started doing coaching calls, one-on-one calls. So coaching as in coaching one-on-one. I knew all these things, but the way that he explained these things were just I was like, that's spot on, and I need to share that with all the people. So training versus coaching. Coaching is something that takes practice. It's not something that you just have. It's not a skill that you just have. It takes practice, and it's scary, and you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone to start doing it. I remember my first coaching call, I was like, I don't have a freaking clue what I'm doing. I'm going to sound so stupid. I don't even feel like I have anything to give to this person. It takes practice, but you'll never get good at it if you don't start. You have all of these resources available to you, and you can learn anything you want to learn about anything in your business, about being a leader and a mentor and coaching. You have all of these resources and all of this information, but you have to put those things to action, because you're just wasting your time if you're listening to all these things and watching all these things, but you're not doing the things. So coaching is something that most people are missing in their business, and there's 3 things that you have to do as a director and above to be successful in this business, and that's PRV, which can never ever stop, high PRV if at all possible, because if you have high PRV, I don't want to say if at all possible, because it is possible if you're networking and partying and doing all the things you're telling your team to do. High PRV, recruiting, and not just recruiting one person every couple months. It can't be that way. Recruiting 2 people a month minimum, which shouldn't be an issue if your PRV is where it needs to be. If you have high PRV, which means you have a lot of contacts, if you're not recruiting well, then that means you're not having enough conversations with all of those people. So that's something you could look at if if you're like, okay, wait, I have high PRV, but I'm not a great recruiter. So am I talking to enough people? Because it's not as much about what you're saying to people as it is about your consistency and are you actually doing it, So PRV, recruiting, and coaching. And for the first 3 years of my business, I was missing that coaching leg, that coaching aspect. And most people, that is what they're missing because they don't realize the importance of one-on-one coaching. And I didn't either until I started doing these coaching calls and one-on-ones with people. And that is why I want to teach y'all that. And I've been trying to teach that to y'all because I have noticed how much of a difference it has made. And I shared not too long ago the difference. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. If you look at my numbers, my business analysis report shows 2018 when I was not doing one-on-ones versus 2019, because I started the one-on-ones in the fall of 2018. So, you're not going to start these and see results right away. The difference in the numbers in my promotions on my team were insane. So, it's proven. It works. Any successful entrepreneur in direct sales in any company is going to tell you that coaching is key, and you're not going to grow a big, sustainable business with strong independent leaders if you don't coach. And like I said, I was missing coaching the first 3 years of my business, and ever since I implemented that, my business has completely changed. And okay, I'm just going to read my notes. So I took notes on my phone, but luckily I have a MacBook, and so everything translated over to my notes on my computer, so I'm going to read them off my computer. So what he said was, if you're struggling with creating strong independent leaders, this is what you're lacking. Sorry, I was trying to swipe away a notification and I swiped you away. Hey, Shauna. Hope you're having a great morning. But you have to do this if you want to build a business that's going to one day give you total freedom. And, like I said, don't keep watching these videos and looking at all these coaching forms and coaching systems and not implement them. You have to implement them and start before you're going to get good at it and before you're going to start seeing any results. Otherwise, your business is just going to kind of stay stagnant. And, it's from a different aspect. It's not fair to our team members who have leadership potential in them and don't realize it. They need someone to believe in them and help them get to where they need to be. And that takes one-on-one coaching. It takes being focused on exactly what that person needs and working with that person on an individual basis and having that connection and that accountability, which I'll get into. But so the difference in teaching and coaching. So teaching, thank you. I don't know why I woke up just randomly wanting to do my makeup this morning. Lately, I've not been wanting to do my makeup. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to look like a normal human being today. But thank you. I'm doing laundry too. It's going right now. So teaching is focused on training and learning. So teaching is what you're going to do with your new team members. That's, when you're training your new team members, you're showing them the ropes. They don't have a freaking clue what they're doing. So you're teaching them the skills that they need to be successful. Coaching is focused on development. It is focused on helping people refine and develop the skills that they already have learned. So a little bit about teaching. Normally when you're teaching, you're pouring knowledge usually into a large group. So if you're on your team page, posting or going live on your team page or leadership page, whatever, or you're doing a Zoom or something like that, that is teaching. It's also showing the way, but not focusing one-on-one. So when you're on your team page, showing how I'm working today, what I'm doing today for my business, showing them the way, that is teaching them. You're focused on training and learning. You have very low levels of accountability. The ownership of change lies mostly within the teacher. So you're teaching these people and there's really no accountability there. Like, you're teaching them. If they want to take it and run with it, they can, whatever. But the ownership of change lies mostly within you as the teacher, rather than with coaching. That change relies on them. So with coaching, you're helping people help themselves. You're helping them with a direction to get to the next level. You're focused on developing them. You're focused on, like I said, developing the skills that they've already learned. They have the skills. And if you're coaching like a rising leader, like someone who's still a certified consultant, but maybe they are doing great PRV, and you're trying to really coach them and help them believe that they can build a business out of this and teach them how, you're going to be teaching a little bit with those people because they're still learning some things. But, in my opinion, I like to teach when I'm on a coaching call with a rising leader. Sorry, I got a call. Who is not a leader yet. I like to sprinkle in training with coaching. So I'm going to go deeper into coaching. So when you're coaching, you will ask questions to these people, and you're going to help them find their blind spots by asking them questions. The forms that we have, the coaching forms that we have from the AIM program that Chloe and Justin Cox did, they are phenomenal. They ask the questions before you even get on the phone. So what I do is I send them that form. I tell them, as soon as they schedule their coaching call, I'll go ahead and email that form to them. I have all the forms saved in my notes section of my phone. It's super easy. I just send it to them, tell them, fill this out within 24 hours because you want their PRV and everything to be updated to, the day that you're talking to them. You don't want them to fill it out a week before, and then when you get on the call, their PRV and their GWV and their new recruits is not even correct. What I do is I print that out that morning of the call, and I look over that before their call, and I highlight things that they said that I feel we need to go over. And when we get off that call, I make sure I leave them with 3 focuses. I tell them, okay, these are the 3 things you need to focus on over the next month. Text me when you get these things done, and I do not do a follow-up call with them until they're done. So coaching, this is just some more things I took note of. Coaching gives you clarity of what to do. There's high levels of accountability, and it's an intense process. Start with, like I said, start with coaching, or start with teaching, and then a little bit of coaching sprinkled in for your newer consultants and rising leaders. So the most important aspect, and I cannot agree with this enough, the most important aspect of leadership and coaching is repetition. And Shauna, I know you're listening to this while folding laundry, but go back and listen to it again when you can take notes, because this is something you need to be taking notes, because these things are vital to growing your business. Same with whoever's on the replay. You need to take notes on this. I'll be honest, I listened to this podcast that I'm speaking from while I was working on Friday, I think. And I was like, I didn't get the value out of that I needed to get. I need to listen to that again. So I listened to it this morning, and I actually took notes. And that is when all this stuff actually really hit me. And I was like, that is spot on. Like, every bit of it is spot on. So the most important aspect of leadership and coaching is repetition. Sometimes you have to go over things over and over with people until it actually sinks in. And I know that every one of you probably knows what I mean. And this is me speaking to y'all also, is I have, there's certain things like these coaching calls that I have drilled into the ground until I can't drill it into the ground anymore. But I wanted to share this because the way all of this was worded and the way he explained all this was just like gold to me. But some things you just have to tell people over and over and over, like, look, your business is not going to grow if you don't get these systems in place. Hannah was one of the people that for the longest time, she was kind of just running her business by the seat of her pants, and she finally realized, like, wow, maybe I should actually implement systems into my business. And you know what? She has had a better month this month than she has ever had. Her PRV is high, her recruiting is high, and her reinstatements, like, she's killing it this month. And that is because she has systems in place and she's been intentional with working her business. So shout out to Hannah. But you have to develop the skill of coaching. Like I said, it's not something easy, not something you're born with, not something you're going to know how to do when you first start. It's okay. It takes practice just like everything else in our business. But if you get to director, you have to coach. Like, you have to. If you haven't been coaching in the past, which, like I said, I wasn't. When I promoted to director, star director, and even superstar director, I had not been coaching one-on-one, and I didn't have any kind of systems in place. I didn't implement systems until I had a baby, and I realized if I didn't implement systems, I was going to be completely screwed. So, where was I going with that? I don't know. I completely lost my train of thought, but whatever. So I found this interesting. Research shows that 50% of the training people receive in a training or presentation is forgotten within an hour. Within 24 hours, 70% of that is gone. And within a week, 90% of it is forgotten. How crazy is that? So that is why I say it's so important to take notes on these things, because if you don't, these things are going to leave your mind like really fast, because we have too much going on in our brains to remember this stuff, especially if you're like me and you are training your brain every single day and listening to podcasts and YouTube videos and trainings and all the things you can possibly get your hands on every single day. I would never retain any of that stuff if I didn't make notes, on the little things that I needed to remember. So if you're not coaching, so I know all of you, I know where I was going now. If you hit director, that is when you have to start working harder. A lot of us have a goal of, I'm going to get to director. And then we get to director and then we are like, why are we not hitting numbers? Like, what is going on? We can't get complacent in our business. And like I said, if you make it to director and you want to get any farther and you want to maintain your numbers, you have to coach. You have to find those individuals who are deserving of your time, who want this. Even if you have one or two people are going to change your business. Trust me, from experience. One or two people will change your entire business. And that's what he was saying. You're one or two people away from changing your business pretty much overnight. And it's so true. I can speak from experience. It is so true. So being a good coach requires you to lead with love. And it's kind of like when people say tough love, like, I'm going to give you some tough love, but it's not really tough love. It's love. If you love somebody enough, if you truly love your team members, if you truly love your team and you truly want what is best for every single one of those individuals, for one, that is how we see success. That is how we succeed in our business. That is how we build a successful business, is we focus on the people and building the people and helping them reach their goals. That is our job as their leader. That is what builds our business. So focus on the people and they will build your business. So if we're focusing on our team and we truly love our team and want them to succeed and reach their goals, and we want their best, we want the best for them, we have to be honest with them. And this is something I struggled with for a while, is a lot of times if we have a good relationship with someone, we are afraid to tell them the honest truth or, something like that. But thank God that I finally started telling the honest truth to people. And even just my friendships, my personal friendships that aren't related to Cincy. My friends love me because I'm honest. Like, I have one particular friend, she comes to me almost daily and is telling me, I'm struggling with this. I have anxiety. I'm afraid of what people think, and I got to get over this thing, and I got this mindset problem, and I have to tell her almost daily, almost coach her as a friend and tell her, look, you've got to get over this. You're shorting yourself of a better future. You are it's stealing your joy because you're always worried about what other people are going to think, when what you should really be focused on is, yeah, you're scared to do this video because of what other people will think, but if you do this video, what if it helps people? That is what you're doing this for, and it relates to our business in the same way. So, in tons of ways. But what he was saying is, if you need to be willing to call people out, tell them things that they may hate you for in the moment, both as a friend and as a coach to your team members. Also, this goes for all relationships in life. Y'all, my husband just told me something the other day about myself that it broke me down, and I did not want to hear it. But you know why he told me? He told me because I'm getting emotional now. I did not mean to do that. He told me because I needed to hear it, and it was going to help me grow as a wife, as a mom, as a friend, as a leader, a coach. Like, he knew it was going to be hard for me to hear, and he said he was sorry and he didn't want to tell me this, but it was something I needed to hear. And that's because he's my best friend, and he was willing to give me that tough love because he truly loves me and wants the best for me. So that's what you need to be doing for your team members. And it may make them cry in a moment like it is me. I've been on coaching calls where they've cried and I've cried. But you have to be honest with people. If you're not honest with people, it's not serving them at all. And if somebody cares, if somebody gets mad at you, that's okay. People are going to hate you in this business. Like, I'm talking literally hate you. They're gonna make you feel like scum of the earth, and they're gonna do everything they can to try to make you quit and feel like a terrible leader. But you know who matters? The ones who appreciate you, the ones who take your advice and run with it, and they value what you have to say. Those are the people that matter, not those other ones. Great coaches are willing to sacrifice their own comfort to benefit others. So, like I said, get uncomfortable. Be willing to tell people like it is. If you see someone doing something that you don't think is helping them in their business, or you see somebody not doing something that they need to be doing in their business, just like I'm telling you right now, all of you who aren't coaching yet, you've got to tell the people, and they know you're coming from a place of love. Like, I love y'all so much, and y'all know that. And this is how you have to be for your team members, but on an individual basis, just like I am with all of you that I've coached. And some of you on here are directors or director Q, and you need to be being coached. You need to be scheduling coaching calls with me. I'm still here for that. Like, I don't stop coaching you when you become a director. Like, if anything, I want to coach you more as a director. Like, I give you longer on coaching calls if you're a director. So, if you're a director or DQ and you're struggling with anything in your business, you need to stop suffering in silence, and you need to reach out, because that is what I'm here for. I think, this one. This is good. Stop working with the needy and start working with the deserving. So, how I'm always talking about people, identifying your people that you need to be working with and work with those who are deserving of your time. I just liked how he worded that, to stop working with the needy, aka the ones that are constantly asking you questions and asking to be coached, but they're not willing to implement the things you're teaching them. I've had so many people in the past who want to be coached and want to be coached and want to be coached and want to be taught all these things, but it's either never enough, or it is they're not willing to put in the work, but yet they want you to keep coaching them. It's like they want this magical formula for success, and those are not the people you need to be spending your time with. You need to be spending your time with your rising leaders, and to identify them, and I've gone over this with y'all before, so if you want to search this page and find other things that I've talked about with identifying leaders, you can just search identifying leaders. Run your reports weekly. Use the saved report training that I gave y'all so that you can save all of your custom reports and have them for quick reference. Run the reports every single week. You should be doing that anyway if you're doing team shout outs every week. Identify your leaders by high PRV, high recruiting, and also people who are top contributors to your team page, people that are always on there answering questions. Those are the independent business owners. Those are the ones who know their stuff because they look it up, and then they'll go on there and answer questions for people. My team page basically runs itself, y'all. I don't even need to be on my team page. I do post the most as far as like how I'm working and stuff like that, but I have gotten people to help me with that tremendously. People are always posting their tips and advice on there, and I've had girls go live on there about World Tour, about their experience, about their first World Tour and all of that. Like, that page pretty much runs itself without me if I wanted it to. But stop working with the ones who are needy and start working with the ones who are deserving. If you want to identify your rising leaders, the ones who are hitting shooting star and sensational start, hitting shooting star and promoting certified quickly, they're excited about their business, work with those people. Get them to lead. When people earn shooting star, the next goal needs to be focusing on getting them to certified. When they hit certified, the next goal needs to be getting them to sensational start and telling them, look, here's how you earn sensational start. We need to get you at least one team member. Here's what happens also when you get one team member, you're going to promote to lead and you're going to start earning more bonuses. So start working with them as soon as they hit certified. Do not stop at certified. Work with them to get them to lead and beyond. Because if not, your business is just going to be stagnant. You're going to have like 400 certified consultants and 2 lead consultants and no star and superstar. And your business is never going to grow the way it needs to. So, and it's the same way when you become a director. You got to coach people to director. You know, build those people up and get you more directors so you can promote beyond directors. The same way with, you got to be consistent with your recruiting and always bringing in new blood to replace the people that are falling off. You need to be coaching people up to, you know, pass certified so that you have more promotions, and that's going to lead to you getting to where you want to be in your business, which is superstar director. I've went over everything. So I hope that this training changes your business. Honestly, I hope that this is what you needed to hear to finally implement these things and help these people become who they were meant to be and help them to believe in themselves and have that accountability, hold them accountable and help them reach their goals. And I'm telling you, when you get that mindset and you get these one-on-ones started, your business is going to change. I'm telling you, my highest paycheck last year was, I think, double my highest paycheck in 2018. So it works. It works. And that's not what I was focused on. I was focusing on helping all these people, and still am, and am always going to be, because that is what I'm here for. That's what I do this for. That's what I'm passionate about. And honestly, if you're not passionate about helping your team members reach their goals, you're just going to be stuck forever. Your business is never going to really move past where it is now. So, like I said, I hope this helps. I hope this changes your business. Comment below and tell me your biggest takeaways. I love y'all very much. Can't wait to see a lot of you at World Tour this Saturday and talk to y'all about attraction marketing and your team members. So, I will see a lot of you then. Bye.